Hi guys, I am so excited to be here as part of the MS Trust Home Festival. I'm here for the yoga section and I've really got into the festival vibe. I've got my festival hat, sunglasses, rainbow scarf. I've even found a little bit of glitter. So I hope you're feeling in the festival vibe too. But I can't teach yoga with all this stuff on, and you might need a few things to help you do your yoga. Hi, those of you who want to participate in the yoga, you might want to, if you know you can stand, but you're not sure about standing, balancing, you might want to set your screen up in front like this with 3 dining chairs if you've got them, 1 chair here and a chair either side, so that when you come to the standing portion you've got something there already. I won't be teaching with this set up because there's too many things for me to demonstrate and move around to show all angles. If you're not going to be standing, sitting on your chair or your sofa is just fine. And if you've only got 1 chair because you only need 1 support, then that's fine, but you've got options then. Enjoy the yoga. Okay, take a seat on your chair or your sofa and give yourself just a moment to get comfortable. Now you might want to wriggle so your bottom is all the way to the back of the sofa, the back of the chair. Might want to lean back and just feel the support of the chair, and if you can just move backwards a bit so you can see my feet. Have your feet resting on something, so either if you're in your wheelchair, either on the foot plates of the chair or the floor, or if you're in a normal chair, on the floor. And if you can feel through your feet, just notice the contact, even if it's only a little bit of feeling that your feet has through the floor. Notice the weight of your feet, and then start to travel up your body and notice the weight of your thighs, and maybe the weight of your seat, of your bottom area, and the weight and the contact your body has through the back support of the chair. And then it might be quite nice to just cup your hands over your tummy if that's possible. And you could gently lower your gaze towards the floor, or even close your eyes. Or you could just lower your gaze towards something just restful on the screen. So it could be the green mat, one of the bolsters, or even, you could rest your gaze on the garland above my head. So just something softly focused, or close your eyes. And then allow your body to take some longer breaths in and then out. And we're going to do up to 3. Breaths deeper and longer breaths in and out. In your own time, so you've got time to do a couple more breaths. And just have a little wiggle, check in that you're absolutely comfortable. And still sat with your hands cupped on your belly, if that's comfortable. If not, you can just rest the palms of your hands on your thigh. Eyes softly focused or closed. Take 3 more conscious, deeper, longer breaths in. And as you do this, if your hands are on your belly, you may notice as you breathe in, your belly kind of fills up, gets a bit bigger against your hands, and as you breathe out, kind of pops back again. So just focus on the weight of your body, on its support, the ground and the chair you're on, and the movement of your breath. That's all we're doing right now, with soft eyes or closed eyes. So I'm going to close my eyes for a moment. Hope you're still there, and noticing as you breathe the movement of your breath in your body. So you might feel that in your belly. You may be experiencing that somewhere else. And we'll just move our hands to different parts of the body to help you connect with your breath. So you can put your hands on your chest and see what movement of your breath you notice there. You may wish to hug yourself a little bit, put your hands on your ribs. Notice the movement of your breath. Notice that there's a puffing up or out as you breathe in and a sinking back down as you breathe out. So you may have found that your arms are really comfortable in one place. So remember this, because this is noticing your breath is a meditation, and you can do it anywhere, anytime. Actually sat, waiting for something. Close your eyes and softly gaze and just focus on how you're sitting in terms of support and movement of your breath. Well done. Okay, are you ready to do some movements? So most of this is seated. There is some standing towards the end, but if you can't stand up, I will talk you through kind of how you can still join in from your chair. So if you're able to, wriggle forwards to the front of your chair so that you're not supported. So I'm kind of like this. There's no back support. And again, make sure your feet are flat on the floor. And just notice how the support system changes. So the support through your feet, the weight through your sitting area. Maybe rock over to one side if you can, and you might want to kind of pull a bit of the flesh away to see if you can find, there's a bone, it's actually called your sitting bone underneath there. So if you can sit, it will help you sit more upright, so rocking around, trying to find that sitting bone. And if you can't do this yourself and there's someone who can help you nearby, get them to help you if you want. Otherwise, just a little shuffle. You can do anything that you can do to find, to kind of just wake up the sitting part of our skeleton, the sitting bone. Okay. And then return to your breath and just gently rest your hands on your thighs. And see if you can think about stretching up really tall from those sitting bones. So don't let those sitting bones leave the seat, keep them down there, but see if you can wriggle a little bit to get a bit of length, a little bit of height through your spine. And then when you're ready, lift one arm all the way up towards the ceiling and then back down again. And if your arm doesn't lift that far, do what you can to take it out to the side or reaching forwards. Any movement of your arm away from the body will do. Okay, so this time we're going to do that with your breath. So breath in all the way up towards the ceiling. And a breath out. My assistant Winston, the dog, has come to join us for the festival. And a breath in if you can't move your arm as far. And out. Hello Winston, Winston's off again. And breath in all the way up to the ceiling. And a breath out. And you can go up to the ceiling again, or those of you that can't, just move any direction with your hand as you breathe. And bring that arm back down to your thigh, and just notice how that feels compared to the other one. Might not feel any different, but just check in with how you're feeling. Return to the movement of your breath in your body, and those sitting bones, are you still sitting on them? Are they still there? And then with this arm, take a breath in, your arm all the way up, and a breath out. And you can follow me exactly, or this is just for those people that maybe it's not so comfortable to move, or possible to move the arm. Breath out and breath in. Any movement, even if it's just to here and back in, any movement you can do. So breath in, all the way up with your arm, and then back in again. Do a smaller movement for those who can't do the big one. Breath in, lift your arm up if you can, and then all the way back in. And then breath in, all the way up, and then breath out on the way back down. Okay, coming back to the middle, notice how you feel. Maybe give your shoulders a little bit of a roll. Have a little look over one shoulder. If anyone's with you, say hello. Back to the middle. The roll of the shoulders. And turn your head the other way. Just having a look. Checking in with how that feels. And back in again. Roll your shoulders again. Check in that you're still breathing. It's really common to hold your breath when you move. So if you notice that, just go, oops, holding my breath, and just start breathing again. Just allow that breath. So you're going to look down, look around to one side, but you're going to look down and then let your head drop down over to one side. Check that shoulder's not lifting up. And all the way back up again. You're going to do that as you breathe. So you're going to breathe in. And then as you breathe out, let that head drop down to one side. And just let the weight of the head kind of offer a bit of stretch to that neck. And as you breathe in, back to the centre. Couple more breaths here, and when you're ready, breath in. And then as you breathe out, let that head drop down to one side. Just have a little look. Just like you're looking over the edge of your chair. And just stay there for a few breaths. And feel the weight of your head just gently stretching these neck muscles. Coming all the way back to the centre. Well done, guys. Little roll of the shoulders. Breath in. Turn your head and then look down. Like you've dropped something. You're like, oh, where is it? No pressure. No forcing, just let the weight of your head offer a little bit of, a gentle bit of stretch or tension. Oh, I've got glitter on my fingers. A few breaths there, and then all the way back to the centre and roll the shoulders. Okay, and again, breath in. And down, and then just look down. Movement of your breath. The weight of your head. All the way back up. And just roll your shoulders. One more time on this side. Breath in. And as you breathe out, let that head come down and just take a few breaths there. Come all the way back to the middle and roll your shoulders. Well done, guys. How are we doing? Have another little rock around if you can. Just check that you haven't kind of got too slouchy and that you're still sitting as upright as you possibly can. There we go. Hold up. And then take a breath in. Up with that arm and back down again. And another breath in here. Breath in. And back down again. Well done, guys. Both arms together. Breath in. Check your bottom still on that seat and all the way way back down again. And notice how softly I'm moving my arms. I'm going to do a little movement for those who feel they can't do full arms. So breath in, and then back in and out again. So it doesn't matter whether you're breathing in or out, to be honest, when you're moving. I'm just cueing you to remind you to breathe. So breathe in, all the way up to the top. Take a few breaths up there, and then another breath in or out on the way down. And again, breathing, 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 and then breathing. If you want to take this into like a little sun salutation, arms all the way in with your breath, hands together, and then exhale all the way down with your hands in prayer position down to here, and then notice your breath. And you can do that again in your own time, or we can do a little breath out to the side if it's not so easy, and then hands together. Okay, just repeat that again. Breath in, all the way up to the ceiling, exhale down towards your heart center. Or if you can't move your arms as well, breath in, and then exhale back towards prayer position, placing your hands wherever it's comfortable. One more time with full arms, breath all the way in, and then exhale all the way down towards your heart center. A few breaths, notice the pulse of your breath, the movement of your breath, and the weight of your feet through the floor, and the seat of your bottom. Okay, so we're going to do some slightly bigger movements this time, but we're going to make sure we're comfortable. We're going to wriggle to the very edge of our chair, but make sure we're safe. We're not going to slip off, so stay back if you feel like, oh, that's too far forwards. And those of you that can, we're going to take one leg out to the side. We're going to take it all the way out to the side, and make sure you're just going to move back so you can see my feet. Make sure your feet are facing forwards. If you can't take your leg all the way out to the side, just take it out a little way. Just so there's a little bit of a change of position, at what we call an asymmetrical position. One leg's doing one thing, one leg's doing the other. So if you can, all the way out to the side. And then we're going to take a breath in, all the way up, and then out all the way back down again. And I'm going to add a movement on with this. So if you can't lift your arm all the way up, little movement to the side. So we're going to take the breath all the way up as we breathe in, and then as we exhale, we're going to look down towards the side, and we're going to reach over there. And then while we're there, it's quite nice to kind of explore the edges of our body. So turning our head and hand up towards the ceiling, and turning our head and hand down towards the floor, and then coming all the way back up, breathing all the time. Now you can do that again on your own. If you find that's too difficult and you can't, even to move your leg out to the side, we're just doing what we did at the beginning, is we're looking down to the side and trying to move our arms at the same time a little bit, and have a little stretch around with the arms. So this is the version for those of you who can't do so much. And then if you can do a little bit more, have a go. Leg out to the side, breath in all the way up, and then we're going to look down towards the floor, reach up towards the ceiling, down towards the floor. So I'm going to alternate between version for people who can do this and the version for people who can't. And you're at home, so no one can see what you're doing, but just moving, breath in and breath out. And it's quite strong, this movement. You'll feel a bit of work having to happen through that leg and back in again. So if you've done a few and you think, oh, that's a little bit hard, just return to just a kind of, it's not a less version, it's just maybe a more accessible version. So leg out to the side, I'm doing, or out all the way out to the side, or back in here now. So turn your head to the ceiling, floor, and just move this other arm about. And if you can do the full arm, but not the full leg, Either is fine. Okay, so we're going to do the full version. Leg out to the side, breath in, looking down towards the floor, feel the weight going through this thigh, feel that foot on the ground, looking up towards the ceiling, down towards the floor. So this is very hard, so have a go, but if you can't, do any version of arms and legs, so well done. So just regroup in the middle, put your hands on your tummy and just notice how you feel. Notice what's been going on there in your body. And remember, any time you can join in with the yoga, you can just join in with the bits you can, and you can sit and breathe and notice your breath. That's the bit I enjoy most anyway, the sitting and the breathing, if I'm honest. It's the most beneficial part. Okay, so we're going to take our leg out to the side, lift your arm all the way up as we breathe in, and then look down towards the floor, and then up towards the ceiling, down towards the floor, and up towards the ceiling, and then back in again. I'm going to do a slightly more accessible version for those of you who can't do full arms and legs. You can do the full arms and legs version all the way throughout if you're able to. So leg out to the side, look down towards the side, and move your arm, reaching your arm as far as you can, reaching with that leg and breathing as you do so. And coming back, I'm going to do full arm leg, an arm version now. Leg out to the side as much as you can, breathing in, and then looking down towards the floor, up towards the ceiling, down towards the floor, up towards the ceiling, and back in again. Well done. Okay, half arm or smaller arm version. It's not half, it's not less, just what you can do, or full arm leg version if you can. So leg out to the side, and then you can even move your arm across your body and look down and around, just offering a bit of stretch to the body as you move, and back in. Final one, so take your leg out to the side as much as you can, leg out to the side. If you're taking all the way out, make sure that foot is pointing forwards, foot flat on the floor here, and knee pointing forwards. Reach all the way up towards the ceiling, look down, look up, look down, and then look up. There you go, and all the way back. Take a few moments to breathe and just notice. And it is amazing, isn't it, how strong that work can feel just in sitting. There's a lot that you can do. Some of you may have noticed your heart rate has raised. So we're going to return to just hands on the breath, breathing, and when you're ready, big breath in, all the way up towards the ceiling, hands together, down towards your heart center. Move your arms as much as you can, as I demonstrated at the beginning. Big breath in, move your arms as far as you can, and then all the way back down towards your heart center as you exhale. One more breath in, make sure you've still got your bottom supported, and back down, all the way back down. Well done. Okay, so we're going to move into standing, and before we do that, we're just going to reach forwards and then come back in again. Hold on, and maybe do that with your breath. Big reach forwards and then back in, and notice how your weight starts to shift into your feet a bit more. See if you can notice that. Big breath in and big breath out again. Well done. So if you're able to stand up without using your hands, reach forwards and stand up. If you need to push up with your hands, it's also okay. So we're going to sit back down in the same way. So reaching forwards, a little chair pose on the way down, and then find the chair. Okay, so if you can't stand up, reaching forwards, have a go. And then strong arms as you can, keep your arms reaching as you come back. If you can, if you're not sure, you could reach forwards, you might have a little lift, and then come back down, or reaching all the way up into standing if you can. And then keep your arms reaching up, the chair pose on the way down, all the way down. Okay. My assistant's making a noise. Winston, shh. I'm teaching yoga. Sorry about that. So, we're going to go again, reaching forwards all the way up. Maybe your dogs are joining in too, like mine. And then reaching forwards on the way down. Little chair pose. Use those legs nice and slowly. So either you're going all the way up or a little way up. I'm going to keep going. Reaching forwards. If you can, all the way up into a chair pose. If you can stand, bend those knees, have a little chair pose, and then stretch all the way up into standing. And then when you're ready, go to sit down, all the way down. Well done. Now if you've got a chair on the side, you can hold on to. You can do this holding onto your chair and all the way back down. Well done. Doesn't matter which hand you hold on with. Or if you've got two things you can hold on to, you can lean forwards, come all the way up and sit down. Or reaching all the way forwards and then back in again. So let's all do a version of what we can. Reaching all the way forwards, all the way up if you can, and then sitting all the way back down, breathing as you can. I'm going to talk you through with your breath. So breath in for a moment, breath out, all the way up. Take a couple of breaths at the top, feel those feet on the ground. And then as you breathe out, all the way back down, little chair pose on the way back down. Well done, everybody. How are you feeling? So we're going to stand up, take a few moments, take a few breaths. Reaching forwards, all the way up, and then back down again. Okay, so I'm going to take you into a little bit of a modified warrior pose, one of my favourite poses. So if you're standing, you might want a chair nearby. I'm just turning my chair around so you can see me. So we're going to take a step forwards. I'm going to tuck my trousers up, they're a little bit long today. Take a step forwards with one step, with one leg. So you might want to practice that a couple of times. So have something to hold on to if you're not sure, and take a step forwards with that leg. And we're going to concentrate on the back leg to start off with. So make sure your front foot toes actually are pointing forwards, and you're going to lift up the back leg heel and then put that down. And you want to look back and see if your back toes are pointing forwards. So just have a go. Lift up that heel and back down. And lift up that heel and back down. And while you who are standing are practicing that, the guys who are sitting, you're not confident to stand up and do that, you can, in sitting, have one foot slightly further forwards and lift up that heel and back down. So have your feet once staggered, this foot slightly forwards, this foot slightly back, and lifting up and back down. And if you can't do that, just try to keep pressing that back heel down as much as you can. So either up and then down, or just pressing it down. Okay, so I'm going to return to standing. So the seated guys, you know what you're doing. So back to standing, and you've all been lifting this heel up and down, haven't you? Lifting up that heel and down. Okay, now you're going to stick that heel down, and you're going to see if you can keep this back hip pointing forwards. And someone I teach says like sticky toffee, so just if it helps to imagine chewing gum or glue or something, really sticking that back heel down, keep it stuck down, keep that hip pointing forwards. And now bend your front knee, bend your front knee, and keep that front knee kind of, so it's pointing over your toes. Keep bending that front knee. Well done, guys. And just breathe, and you'll feel a bit of work through your legs right now. Well done. Now if you can, as you're breathing in, lift your arm up towards the ceiling, and back out again. Well done, guys. And again, breath in, all the way up towards the ceiling, and back out. Now, if you feel confident in standing, you could try the other arm. You might want to hold on this side, or you might want to just test your balance and back down again, even just a little way. So while you're exploring that, you guys who are sitting, quickly, one leg in front, you've got those feet glued down, same thing. Arms up, and then down, even a little way, or all the way up together. So you guys in standing, if you're confident, you can move those arms all the way up together. So whether you're seated or you're standing, you're focusing on your feet on the ground, feeling the energy through your legs, and then lifting those arms all the way up. And if you can, having a little pause, a little breathe, and feel that front of your body opening up there and reaching up towards the ceiling and breathing. Well done, guys. Come all the way back down and step together. Hold on to the chair if you need to. And if you're in sitting, bring your feet together, and whether you're sitting or you're standing, placing your hands on your belly and taking a breath. Sitting or standing, and just having a moment, just a moment. And you can, if you want to, actually just sit down. But otherwise, we're going to turn around. So if you're in sitting, you put your other foot in front, and we've turned around, or if you're staying the same way, just make sure you swap legs. Either turning around will do it, and then what we're going to do, this is my leg swaps. We're lifting up the back heel, making sure both of your hips are pointing forward. So hips nice and square on, so your toes are pointing forwards. Lift up that back heel and drop it back down again. Lift up that back heel and drop it back down, and keep working that back heel if you can. If it's too difficult, just keep trying to stick that back heel down, but without twisting your hips. So just remind the guys in sitting, so standing, keep lifting that back heel up and down, or sticking it down. And if you're in sitting, what you're doing is you've got one foot in front of the other, and you're lifting up your heel up and down, or you're just sticking that heel down into the ground. Well done, guys. Okay, so other way round. So lifting up that heel up and then down. Well done. Once you're there, stick that back heel down, bend that front knee a little bit, but make sure that your hips are still forwards, your toes are still forwards. And then if you can, with an out breath, lifting the arm all the way up towards the ceiling and back down again. Anytime you need to stop, sit down, you can just do what you need to do. And lift that arm all the way up towards the ceiling and back down. And when you're ready, with your breath, you can take the other arm up and back down again. And you can feel there's a little bit of balance to be had there, so hold on if you need to, but otherwise both arms together. Lift your arm all the way up towards the ceiling, big breath. Keep bending that front knee, reaching that back heel backwards if you can. Even in sitting, bending that front knee, reaching that back heel down and back down again. Well done. One more time. Big breath in, all the way up towards the ceiling, hands together if you can, and exhale down towards your heart center. Well done. Hold on if you need to, step your hands together. And those of you who can, sit down if you need to. Those of you who can, stand with your hands together in prayer position for a little bit. And we're going to finish with a little balance, a little tree pose, which you can do in sitting or standing. So I'm going to demonstrate in standing, but while I'm doing that, make sure you've got a chair lined up nearby to hold on to. And just take a moment to connect with your breath. So either have your hand on your chest or your belly. Well done. So pick a foot. This is going to be your standing foot, or if you're in sitting, it's still going to be the foot that you keep on the ground. So pick that foot and do what you can with that foot. So if you can lift the heel up and down, do that. Or rock around, or just put just kind of start to really push down and feel a bit of weight going down through that leg. So I'm going to take you through a range of things. Heel up and heel down. You can rock to the outside edge of your foot, the inside edge. Some of you, it's actually quite nice to stretch the front of the foot out like this. It's quite nice to do that, but be careful if you know you've got an ankle that you've injured. It might not be a nice thing to do, but for some of you this will feel like a very nice stretch. And then start to pour the weight down through that foot you've just been doing some movement with, whether it's just a bit of kind of rocking around like this or lifting up and down. Start to pour the weight down through that foot. And what you might start to notice is the weight comes off this leg. And for some of you, the weight might come off this leg enough that you might think, yeah, it can come off the ground. But before you do that, think about the weight going down through this foot and then reaching up from your waist. So make sure that the weight going down through this foot isn't making your body sink. So have a little reach up, reach this arm up to try and get a bit of energy up and energy down through the ground. And here you might just see that. Now the leg, it just wants to come. And just a little tree pose is enough. Those of you who regularly practice yoga or know, you might want to take your leg a little bit higher. You may even wish to take your arms up here. You can see there's a bit of a wobble for me there today. And back down again. So have another go in standing if that's what you're doing. You guys in sitting, this is what we're doing. So in sitting, you've got the weight through your foot. You're thinking about that weight going through that one foot, really pushing down through that one foot. And then seeing if you can get enough weight through that one foot that you can try and lift this other one up. You can just cross it over that one, let the leg hang out to the side, and then we've got our seated tree pose. Can you feel there's more weight through that leg? And back down again. So either do what's available to you. If you're getting tired, here's your seated tree pose. And breathe. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come to the other leg. So the guys in standing, finish off what you're doing with your tree pose. Whether you're standing or sitting, it's still the same instructions in terms of let's warm this foot up. So wriggle it around, lift your heel up if you can, stretching to the outside edge, the inside edge, and really trying to engage with moving our feet is really important. We've got over 100 bones down here in our feet. They want to work, they want to move. Stretching out the front foot, stretching it out if you can, if that feels nice. You don't have to hold on, you can do this all without holding on, but I'm just, if you're not sure, just use something to hold on with. And then turning around here, there. And then start to notice that that foot feels a bit more alive because you've stretched it. So then it feels like, you want to stand on it. Start to move your weight over, and remember, we don't want that sinking feeling in the body because you've been putting weight through that leg. So reach up as much as you can through that side. Big reach up, and do use the chair, and then you'll feel that makes your leg want to come off the ground maybe, or you could just even slide it to here. So you've just got a little tree pose going on in here. Big, little, doesn't matter. Those of you who feel able, you could take that leg a little bit further up and then balancing there on one leg. Have a go. You've got the chair there. You can see I'm wobbling a bit all the way up. So have another go at doing your tree pose in standing, either holding on or just have a little explore, see what you can do. In sitting, you're putting your weight through here, putting your weight through here, and then just seeing can you get a bit more weight through that leg, and then remembering you need to reach up through your body And can you bring that foot across and just let it rest out to the side, lifting your arms all the way up and back down again. I mean, if you want a hip stretch, you can bring your leg all the way up there and try a little tree pose this way and back down again. But here is fine. Big breath in and reaching all the way up, and then if we can, all together, we'll finish with our weight on that leg, seated or standing, leg in tree pose, lifting all the way up as we breathe in towards the ceiling, and then exhale down towards a little wobble for me, heart center, and breathe. Well done. Feet together. Notice the movement of your breath. We're going to sit down. Make sure that we're really supported in our chairs. Back supported, noticing the support of the back of the chair or the sofa, the seats of the chair, the support that our feet have from the floor or whatever they're on. And rest your hands on your bellies. Softly lower your eyes to the floor or close them. A few moments there, noticing the weight of your body, the movement of your breath inside your body, and just spend a few moments just resting in this moment as you are. No demands, just the weight of your body and the sound and the movement of your own breath. We're going to stay here for about 2 minutes. Just breathing and resting for 2 minutes as you are. If you're enjoying this moment, you can just carry on resting for as long as you want when this video finishes, recording finishes. And when we do this, it's quite natural for our mind to wander, a bit like a puppy. So if that happens, just calm the mind's wandering and return to, it's very normal, natural, Jody said it's very natural, and return to the sound of your breath, the weight of your body, and kind of, as it were, let your breath entertain you. Let your breath be the most important thing, and that will help anchor you in this present moment. Help you rest as you are. Keep resting for another minute. And just do something to just bring a bit of movement back into your body. Roll your shoulders. You don't have to move, you can stay resting if you want, but I'm going to formally close the session. Roll your shoulders. Bring your hands together in prayer session. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out. Namaste. Thank you very much. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the festival. Don't forget to donate though to support the MS Trust. So enjoy the rest of it. Don't forget to donate. Thank you. Bye.